let's say you were 2 years into your relationship and you had to assemble your own flowers.
She wouldn't care.
I don't know. I'm just not that kind of person.
Alex is
It's an
happy she
impossible
gets a gift
question
at
to
all.
answer.
Yeah, I am
That's
not
an
a
impossible question. I don't know why I asked it.
I'm like, you can't ask me that because I generally don't like receiving. I like giving.
Are there...
Shut the fuck up, Brett.
Oh, boy.
Mic drop.
See you later.
Bye.
$1 million, but when you climax,
Oh, God.
Oh.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
you barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's do it right now.
What?
Let's use this scenario.
Go ahead.
Let's do it right
So Alex and I
now.
watched Black Mirror. It
We
came
binged
out.
it.
Came
You
out
don't
last.
binge it.
Do you not consider 3 hours binging?
No, I said on the precast, I'm saying it now, to be binge-worthy, I think has to be at least 5. Binging is not about length of time, I think. It's about number of individual things.
I think it's about a season,
How many episodes is binge watching?
Well,
According
we
to
just asked them.
according to Google.
a survey conducted by Netflix in February 2014. They need
That's
to redo
5
this.
years ago.
They need to redo
Yeah.
this.
Before
Nope.
binging really
This
took
is,
off.
yeah. So 73% of people define binge watching as watching between 2 to 6 episodes. 2?
2? No.
No.
No. Okay. I think.
This just rendered itself irrelevant.
It did. That was a very dumb.
Throw your phone.
That was very subtle. Throw your phone.
I just got a Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh shoot! You okay?
You're gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give me
horse?
time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't.
Out. Do it.
No!
Put your
Oh shoot!
Ah! Put it out. Now flex your foot up, like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there.
Give me your
Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some
I'm doing some friggin' Christmas trivia. Welcome back to the PTOUnlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
Alex.
This is episode 229, and we are a mess.
We're a big mess. A lot of stuff happened over the week. You've been overworked. Alex is late today.
Alex is overworked, and it's only day 3.
Right. So talk about it, Brett. What's
Basically changes at work and people. Well, I'll just say changes, but my work week starts on Saturday. Like not my week, but the work week of the company I work for starts on Saturday. And what's today? I don't even know what day it is.
Wednesday.
today's Wednesday?
I've worked like 37 hours in 4 days. Is that 4 days?
That's tough, man.
4 days, yeah.
I wish I can give you some of my energy, man.
I wish I could have some of it.
Well, Alex, you've been like overworked the past 2 days for sure.
I've been overworked the past 6 months.
But
Yeah.
okay, that's honest.
If you really want to get into it.
Right. Well, you were saying we were talking about this last week too, like how much like you guys are just
The front lines?
so it's a
front
lot.
lines are.
Yeah,
you
but
don't want to be on the front
It's
lines.
totally forgotten. Nobody even cares anymore.
No, nobody cares. No. Mm-mm.
Nope. No, it's essential workers are no longer essential at this point.
Well, they
No, we
still
are.
but there's
Well, they're
no,
not being like
there's
praised.
no sympathy. Like,
Yes,
if they're
there's
like,
nothing.
You know, that's just normal now.
They're like, oh, it's just your job. I'm like,
Oh,
whatever.
okay, just your job.
Mhm.
Feels great.
No. Still getting cursed at. Still getting. I just no.
Well, let me brighten up.
I don't even want to get into
Let me brighten
it.
it up. Let me brighten it up. Did you guys see the Jeff Goldblum thing that just happened?
No, I have not seen anything.
Is it the sitting on Mike Pence's head?
No.
What?
No.
What is this?
He recreated his Jurassic Park.
Oh my
Pose.
god! You know, he doesn't look bad.
Yeah.
Good
He's
for him.
still rocking it.
I know, right?
I mean, you were saying the other day how much Jeff Goldblum is like such a genuine guy
He is.
and everything.
He would be like he would be a guy I would like to be my grandpa. Like
Yeah.
he would be a cool grandpa.
I think he did it.
I think he did a cool. I honestly, I mean, how old is Jeff Goldblum?
That's a good
He's got
question.
to be in his 60s.
Let's see if it says
At
it on here.
least.
That's well, they shut
Doesn't
down.
say.
That's 93. I could just look it up.
Just
I'm an idiot.
IMDb.
Yeah, I'll just do that. Do
Yeah.
that. So yeah, he that I was hoping that would cheer you guys up a little bit.
Oh, it did. It's like good for him, man. He looks great.
Right. I wish that he
I
had
hope I look that good at whatever age he is. I'm gonna say 63.
He was born in 52.
So he's older.
So
than
he's
that.
67.
Yeah.
68. You were close-ish. He's almost 70.
He's almost 70?
That's pretty crazy.
Wow.
Man, he looks pretty damn good. Good for you, Jeff Goldblum. Thumbs up right here.
Well, Brett, you watched all of the Marvel movies.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
No.
I thought you watched Did you watch the Thor movie with him in it?
No.
You didn't see Ragnarok?
That's a good one.
That's a good one. I really wish that you would watch that, man. It's funny. He's
Yeah.
actually he's supposed to be a villain, but he's also
definitely
kind of
he's definitely him. Like
yeah.
he's Jeff Goldblum.
I've been watching The League, and he's in an episode of The League, and he's pretty funny.
See, I started that back up for a little bit, and then I just stopped again because this season has. Can we go into NFL? Do you want to do that? I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Sure.
I mean, we can talk about fantasy, and then we gotta talk about the stuff that happened.
Ugh.
The season's in shambles for some people. I mean, well, actually, no. Let's just go to the NFL
Let's
first.
just go into the NFL.
I feel very bad for the Cowboys, but
Yeah.
but
I don't necessarily feel bad for the Cowboys. I feel bad for Dak Prescott.
Yes, he
I just
broke his ankle.
you know
on
what,
Sunday.
whether or not it was like who's our
Rogers he broke his collarbone.
he broke his collarbone. Like
Mhm.
it's don't hate the player kind of thing.
But
It's,
it can happen on any play at any time.
It
Right.
to
can.
anybody.
Right.
Oh, I get chills. Like
Did you see the injury, Brett?
No.
Josh and I
We saw
watched
it
it live. So the kicker the kicker out of all this is that he fell down, then he held his shin/calf area, and they did a shot of him, and then you just hear the announcers go, well, let's just hope it's a cramp, and then they shoot over to him.
Stop.
And
Wait. You can't talk about broken bones. Yeah, I can't.
Well, it just happened.
it just happened.
Yeah.
His foot was broken.
It was
So we'll
bad.
just say that, and it was very obvious.
Pointing the wrong way.
So the
Yeah.
good news for the Cowboys is that Andy Dalton is their backup, who
He did a
has
good job.
started for many years. So he's not some nobody that's
Yeah,
never played.
He kept the Bengals pretty good,
What
I think, for
will
a few
be
years.
interesting is that if the Cowboys can win some games, that's a problem. Now, what you guys might not know is that Dak Prescott turned down a long-term deal worth over $100 million because he didn't think it was enough.
Oh no.
So-
oh no.
In doing that, he was franchise tagged, which it makes he's making like $35 million this year. Now I don't know how much of that is guaranteed. I think it might be all of it because that's the thing about a franchise tag.
Mm-hmm.
But this was supposed to be the year where he was supposed to play really well and prove that he's worth a really long-term, high-dollar deal.
Yeah.
And
He was playing really well until
He
he broke his
was.
foot.
The problem is, though, that they weren't winning. Even playing well, they were not
I
winning.
know. They're gonna go off of
and
wins.
they're
Yeah.
not going. He's not going to get a long-term deal, especially like I think week 1 it was against the LA Rams, and he had a chance to drive them down at the end of the game and win the game, and he did not do it.
Right.
Those are the kind of reasons why he will not get a long-term deal worth a lot of money. So
That's crazy.
the good news for him is that Alex Smith 2 years ago
Yeah.
almost life-threatening.
No, it was life threatening.
It was life threatening
He had
because
like,
he died on the operating table.
He did.
yeah. So he had like over 20 surgeries, and he just came back.
He came
wasn't
back
starting.
the day that Dak went out.
Right. He played on Sunday, and
That's very ironic.
yeah, it's just
extremely
like,
ironic.
If you're Alex Smith and that just happened to you, would you want to go out and get hit again?
No.
But they didn't win. The Washington football team didn't win.
Well, they
didn't do their.
They've stunk for 20 years. So.
I don't know if you guys. So I didn't remember anything about Alex Smith until Josh showed me the pictures of what
And
happened
then we
to him.
remembered
And it was
happening.
like boom, smack. I remember watching the video, and
I
it's
blacked it out.
it is way worse than Dak's.
So, yeah,
It's
let's
horrible.
not
the
talk
shin
about that.
mashed.
Other notable, I don't know if there's any other notable things in the NFL.
Vikings suck.
I don't even
Yep.
remember. Okay, so let's talk about that.
The Browns won again.
Yeah, they've been doing very well.
Browns are like what 4-1?
I think.
I don't.
I think they're
so.
4-1.
Let me look it up.
What? Who
They've-
did they beat
They beat.
This week.
this week? I mean,
The
Let me look it up.
no,
Let me look
it
it up.
wasn't the Saints. The Saints beat the Chargers.
You know what? I don't
Browns.
know. I just remember texting my mom and went, "The Browns are 4-1,"
Oh,
and she
look
was
at-
like, "Right."
I got the Browns. They're 3-1.
3-1.
Yep, and they. Let me look at. I can't believe I'm looking it up.
Colts. It was the Colts.
Yep, they beat the Colts.
It's
So
Colts.
the interesting thing about that is that the Colts have the number one defense in
Yeah,
most
and the
categories.
Colts are we're doing pretty good.
So
Yeah.
you can't say anything about the Browns until they beat the Steelers or the Ravens.
Well, they're gonna be.
That's gonna be a jaw dropper.
Well, the
But
Steelers.
it's also
Alex.
they're also scoring. Browns are scoring a lot of points. They
Yeah, they
said
are.
that on Sunday. That was like the
No. Look at this right
What?
now. It was against the Cowboys. Was their highest was 49, and then they did 32 on
I
Sunday.
know, but one
go
of the
against the
announcers
Steelers
one
on
of the announcers
Sunday.
said it had been over 50 years since for all the statistics that they have as of Sunday. They've broken like so many statistics on the Browns
Yeah.
just by Sunday's game
So
in over 50
the,
years.
the thing is, though, I saw your little Browns Super Bowl 2021.
Yeah.
The thing
never
is,
know.
to go to the playoffs, you either have to win the division or have a good enough record to be in the wild card. The Steelers are undefeated,
hmm Hey, there's
and the Ravens I think, only have one loss
no Thursday game.
Okay,
No,
the
'cause
Browns
they-
only have one loss.
and they got their butts kicked by the Ravens.
They did. It was like 6 to.
It was
something.
like 38-6.
Yeah.
Okay, so
exactly.
what did you say the other one? So the Steelers,
Steelers
they have
is
to.
next week.
Oh,
on
okay.
Sunday.
Let's just see what
And
they do with the
Steelers are
Yeah.
undefeated.
They
Let's-
are.
Let's
All
keep
right.
saying that.
I hate Roethlisberger. He just looks
All right.
So
like a.
I mean,
don't know.
I would
hate
agree.
him.
that Baker Mayfield, I thought if he doesn't play well this year, they're getting rid of him, and he's played well. So,
Mhm.
the Raiders beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, I was very
So,
mad. Patrick and I
I'm
were
sure
texting each other
Patrick was
back and
pretty
forth.
happy about
Oh yeah.
that.
Oh no, I told him don't talk to me.
Now I need you. I did not. I was watching the Vikings Seahawks,
Yeah.
and as soon as Dalvin Cook went out, I'm like, things changed.
The Vikings are a microchip. One grain of sand and they fall apart.
Yeah.
They are.
Mhm.
They are a
He,
tight knit team.
He did something to his groin because he
Mhm.
went out, but he came back, didn't he?
I think he's okay. He's just.
But so what happened? I saw you saying something. What
the end of the
happened?
game, they called timeout when there were 2 seconds left, and the refs called it the game over.
Now, Mike Zimmer also went for it instead of kicking a field goal, and they didn't get something. Is that correct? Towards the end of the game,
Yeah. Yeah, they were going for, I think it was 4th down, wasn't it?
I thought
And they
so.
missed
I was
and it
streaming, I don't
flipped. Oh.
and Russell Wilson, man, he's one of the best right now.
That
He
really
just-
pissed me off. They could have stopped them. They were all the way back there. And it just,
Yeah, it's so kind of a blunder on their
So-
part.
Go Chiefs.
Go
guess
Chiefs.
so.
Go Chiefs. Go Ravens.
I won.
Yeah,
big time.
I won.
I won.
Oh, I won
Hey,
off
we
of.
won.
Yeah, I won off of Shane doing stupid things. He played his wrong defense and his wrong quarterback. Had he switched
if
that,
he would have, even if he would have just played
his quarterback,
his quarterback, which was
Townsend.
what
Does that
is
sound
it?
right?
Who's the?
That doesn't sound right.
Hold on, I got
Okay, who's getting their fantasy
Tannehill?
open?
Tannehill.
Sorry.
Tannehill. If he would have played Tannehill, he would have beat you.
Yeah.
Tannehill
Instead of
played
Ryan.
Tuesday night again. The Titans played the Bills Tuesday night,
They did amazing.
and they killed them.
They were great. And they
It
hadn't
was
been on a
great.
field in 16 days, they said.
Yes.
Yeah.
0
Yeah.
practices,
Yeah.
0 any
and
contact.
the Bills were undefeated.
Yeah.
It's so
So-
crazy.
And it was just
What
like
is this?
every time Josh got up to go to like the bathroom or the kitchen, it was like, and the Titans have another touchdown. And we're like,
Dude,
what?
So Derrick Henry is running back for the Titans. He's a big dude.
Yeah.
And there was one play. Josh Norman of the Bills, who's a cornerback, came up to tackle him, and he just pushed him.
Yeah.
He just pushed him 4 yards down the field, like,
He's
get
like,
out of my
nah. Oh yeah, I saw that. He shoved him out.
way. Yeah, it was great. So that we're boring the listeners. So anyway,
know
it
about
was
that.
a decent week in the NFL. I'm 4-1.
I'm 4-1, and Patrick's 4-1.
Ooh,
All of us, you, me, and Patrick
not.
are sharing the leaderboard right now.
nice.
I just checked it this morning.
I can dig that.
You, me, and Patrick have the number 1 spot.
So yeah,
Tied for first.
when we
Yep.
have him on in November, it's gonna be.
What's gonna be annoying is if Patrick actually wins, we gotta ship that belt out. That's gonna really annoy me.
It
We're
would
gonna have
be.
to
Be
do some
annoying.
kind of rig the box a little bit, so there's some kind of explosion
Okay,
of
so Brett,
confetti or
I just want to
something.
say you and Patrick are lead of your division. Everyone else in your division is 1-4.
Wow.
Yeah, ours is mixed out.
Ours is mixed.
You're 4-1.
but I'm
You're
number
in the
1 in
top.
my
Yep,
my
yep.
division.
Are
I'm
you
on the
2 and
bottom.
2?
I'm 2-3.
2 and 3.
I'm bad. I'm
Yeah,
really
I'm
bad. No, yeah, you and Patrick have the lead, and everyone else in your division is just
Stinks.
bad. Yeah, Rick's trying to give Alex fantasy advice.
Does he have a win?
He has one.
Well, I mean, Rick is a league champion. Maybe not
Yeah,
of
I
our
mean-
league. He has won it all before.
Right.
But
Yes.
he is not doing well this year.
Not this year. Yeah, and I think I just find that funny. I'm not dogging him for anything. I'm just saying that he's giving Alex fantasy advice when she's asking a question.
It was.
It was okay.
It was kind of. It wasn't an advice-bearing question. It was simply
was
about.
Just asking
Operational.
about
It was
rules of
operational.
operation
Mhm.
is the
Yep.
question.
And
So-
he just started giving you more and more things, and you're just
Yeah.
like, I don't think you should be giving me this.
It's okay. It's all right.
Do
He gave me advice I
you-
was already following.
Are you do anything else to say about the NFL?
Not really. The Vikings going against the Falcons on Sunday, so I expect a win.
I sure hope so. The Falcons did fire their head coach, so see what happens. He was.
What is that going to do? Firing a head coach mid-season, what's that going to do?
Maybe nothing.
Yeah.
The problem with the Falcons is they can score points, but they never win.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Ryan chokes just like the Vikings do.
Yeah.
So he's
And
perfect.
The dumb thing is, 2 years ago they were in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And they choked big time against the Patriots, and maybe that's the problem. That's a lasting effect
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
that was the biggest comeback ever in a Super Bowl by the Patriots over the Falcons in 2017, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Um,
let's move on.
So I want to do something early,
What's that?
just because my phone is dying.
What's that?
Okay.
I want to do the fan
You
topic.
want to do the fan topic?
Yes, we're gonna do it early.
Okay.
Okay.
Real quick.
Yes,
All right.
because my phone's dying and
And you
We
came
might
up
as well
with
do
this,
it.
Alex. You
and I came up with it.
Do
I'm
you
happy
want
with
to
it.
read read some before we say our own, since your phone is dying?
Well, no, I've got time.
Okay.
When we usually do the fan topic, it's towards the end,
Yeah.
and my phone's not gonna make it to the end. I know that. So let's just pull up the fan topic because it's also fun to talk about too. So.
I made this.
We had
meme
some really,
today.
really nice responses. So thank you, everyone.
So the meme is just one of those, the girly things memes, and it's just one little hello can change your whole future, and it shows a couple holding hands, and the next scene it's hello Georgie from
It.
Pennywise It.
Yep.
And what horror movie, scene, or film scared you the most is the question. And there's a lot of things that I thought about.
I mean,
on
you
this,
rephrased
too.
what I said, but that's fine.
Is that okay?
Yeah, it is.
Gosh, you guys dog me
I
for
know,
every
but-
single
but
week.
I know the way that I phrased it, or I came up with it, was what horror movie, scene, or film, or I actually it wasn't even film. What horror movie scene
Scared you the most?
messed you up as a child?
Yeah.
is what I said. But that's fine the way that you reworded it.
It didn't mess me up. But
I mean,
I don't know. There's a couple I'm going to talk
So-
about.
none of them messed me up. The first thing that came to my head was holy crap moments, because again, I didn't really watch scary movies
no.
ever, but I do remember being, I want to say 13 years old.
What was your first one?
The first one I can remember was Poltergeist,
Okay.
and it made me laugh because you said last week that that's not a scary movie.
Yeah.
For a 13-year-old who's never watched scary movies, it was pretty scary.
Okay, so
Ha!
I saw Poltergeist
Can we
when I
just
was.
can we make a poll, because Josh is he is very much, this is not a scary movie. We got to make a Twitter poll, Facebook poll, and be like, is Poltergeist a scary
I think
movie?
it's in the horror
It
genre.
is. And Steven Spielberg did great.
I'm more
Right, it was
not
Spielberg,
genre.
right?
I'm
That's what I
saying
thought.
personal opinion.
Personal opinion.
Personal opinion.
I mean, the fact that the girl was in the water with real bones freaks me out. You know about that, right?
No.
You know the scene where she's in the with all the skeletons?
Yeah.
Those are real.
Ooh.
They couldn't make up that. It cost more money. They got real cadavers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ew.
They didn't tell the actors till afterwards.
Well.
Ew.
But I remember like the thing is I watched it on TV.
Oh.
Like it wasn't
Oh.
even the unedited version, and I was bug-eyed of like, oh, especially at the end when you find out the reason things are happening in the house is because they're on an actual graveyard.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about
You
it,
only move the headstones.
It's Craig T. Nelson.
that has been played off many times in a lot of movies.
Sure,
just
it's-
Indian
You
it's
didn't
a-
move the bodies.
Well, Family Guy did an episode about it, so
Yeah.
it's not.
It's been played before.
Right, it's not original.
Like Pet Cemetery, that's over in Indian. I think it's a ritual place or something where the people were burying their animals and they come back to life.
Yeah.
That I've only seen 2 scary movies in theaters that I can remember. One of which is Wrong Turn.
Okay.
And the
Okay, how can you watch Wrong Turn and that not mess with you, but you can watch Poltergeist and it scares
other,
you?
I was 18 years old, I think, or 17 or 18 when I watched Wrong Turn.
That's when Wrong Turn came out.
I
Yep.
was only 13 when I saw Poltergeist.
I was only 13, 14, 15 years old when we saw Wrong Turn.
Yeah. We were
Well,
watching Saw movies at that time too.
We were watching
guess-
Saw for fun.
I guess at that time, that was right around the age when I could go out in the country in the middle of the night and not
Exactly.
be afraid.
Have you seen Children of the Corn?
I have not.
Let's show him that movie.
It's
I'm
probably
not
not
watching
good.
it. I'm not watching
No.
it. Brett can watch it, and then we'll put him out in the
Alex, it's
cornfield.
probably like Halloween. It's probably not good anymore.
I,
I'm sorry. Okay, it's probably not scary.
I would watch Children of the Corn. I'm not afraid to watch Children of the Corn, and
Me
I'll
neither.
still walk through the cornfield at night.
We should do it. Let's get flashlights.
Yeah, we should do it.
Alex,
I've been wanting to do this for
years. We're in our 30s now. What's going to happen?
Oh, you said that, and then something bad is actually going to happen.
We'll document it. Let's take Patrick out.
Okay,
Sure.
all right, let's do that. Let's introduce him to Indiana
Now-
that
now
way.
The thing is, though, when we went, by the time we would do it, there's no crops in the field. So it's
They're
literally-
harvesting that?
Yeah, it's the fall.
Yeah, it's
Well, yeah, but
October. It's
Some people don't
harvest
harvest until late November.
No,
month. It's usually October.
yeah, maybe late November if they haven't been able.
They
to
might
get in the
they
field.
might be up the week that Patrick's here, because this is first week.
They're harvesting now, though.
Yeah, I know, but
They
there
shouldn't be. They
might
have corn
there
mazes
might
up
be.
right now.
Yeah, they still
Well,
have corn
right, but
mazes up.
I don't know. But
We'll see.
I know
We'll
they're
see,
doing
we'll
it
see.
because
Yeah.
I have.
Okay.
I know of people who are doing it.
Back on subject here. All right, so you for Poltergeist, right? Is there a certain scene, just the bodies part?
Well, I just mentioned
towards
that.
the end when I think coffins are popping up out
Yeah.
of the floor.
Yeah.
That was like, oh my god, what is happening?
The
here?
clown kind of was pretty freaky.
The what?
The little clown
clown.
doll that wrapped its
Yes.
arm around the kid.
And the tree reaching in the.
All I see is scary movie with that one.
But I was going to say it was the other scary movie that I saw in theaters.
The one that
Well,
we
yeah,
saw
you saw
together,
with us,
the
yeah.
2017,
Or was it 18?
18,
It's sitting right over there. I don't know.
17.
Yeah.
I think it might be 17.
Okay.
It's 17. I remember looking it up actually. Yeah, that was, and I like that one a lot. What do you got, Alex?
I'm gonna agree with Brett and say Poltergeist. Because to this day, you cannot put me in a dark room with an old TV and let me see static on a TV.
Mm-hmm.
That will mess me up.
That doesn't exist anymore.
I know it doesn't, but it's like if you were to find a way to get static TV, just that psst,
Yeah.
like The Ring or whatever.
It's digital now.
Like it's
yeah,
just
there's no analog.
Yeah.
I know.
signal.
It's just, it gives me the creeps. I mean, that's the only part of the whole movie is she would sit in front of the TV. So if I came down, let's just say the power went out at home, and then it turned back on, or something knocked something out, and we'd only have static, I would be like, Paige or Jake, go flip the channel, or
Yeah.
you guys go turn it on. I didn't want to go near the TV. Like that was a big thing. Was I was scared of static, and probably still am. That's one big one. The other one was for the longest time it was like the first 10 minutes of Halloween, but that was just as a child.
Mm-hmm.
The other
But that did mess you up.
it did mess me up for a while, only because I
Same
would
with Children of the Corn.
only because I would hear the Michael Myers or the Halloween
breathing?
like no, not that. I would hear like the music
Oh.
and I would get reminded.
It's
Yeah.
good music.
I can't
Yeah.
do it.
I would get reminded of it and be like, "Oh my gosh, that's scary." And then there was 3 more.
Oh my God, Alex.
Well, I hated scary movies, and my best friends thought it was funny to make me sit through them. So the other one was Children of the Corn. I've still not watched that one all the way through because I went to like a birthday party with a bunch of girls, and like the worst thing happened, which was they put on Children of the Corn, and I was probably like 12 years old, and they put that on. I watched the first 10-15 minutes of it, and kids were shoving people's hands in blenders and shit and blood spraying everywhere, and I was like, I freaked out too much, so I went in the other room and watched Nickelodeon while the rest of them watched it, so they all made fun of me. So there was that. And then so that messed me up, and I still don't want to watch Children of the Corn because one of my friends looks exactly like Malachi, which is one of the kids. Okay. And then the other one was, for the longest time, was the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
The original?
The original. The
Okay.
original.
The remake also.
The remake, yeah.
The remake is really good.
The remake is really good. But that one was because, again, my friends sat me down in front of it and basically made me watch it, and I about peed my pants out of fear. And the fact that was the first quote-unquote true story.
It's not
That's
really.
Not.
It's based off of
Ed
Gacy?
Ed Gein, I believe was
Is
his
it Gein?
name. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah.
But that would freak me out.
The remake of that from 2001 starts with supposed actual footage of a.
That was such a good trick.
Yeah, it was. But it's
not real.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that movie.
That's really good.
Great scary movie. And
It
Arlie Ermey playing the old sheriff, which you actually find out in the prequel, he's not a sheriff. He plays that character so
yes,
good.
he does.
They could have set the prequel up a little bit better, but they didn't.
Last one.
Yeah.
And it's one that still gets me. Still.
Yeah.
Only because I'm going to be making, if anybody has to do the laundry when we move to Mom's, it's going to be you. If you have to go downstairs in the middle of the night to get it.
I assume you're going to have to be doing laundry.
What are you saying?
The scene at the end of the Blair Witch Project.
Oh, in the corner.
In the corner.
Yeah.
So if you go down my mom's basement,
it's not the
and you turn the corner, that corner
that
looks
basement,
exactly like the corner.
No, that basement that you saw in the movie is an unfinished, entirely wrecked basement.
The setup.
No.
Of it.
Wait. Isn't there a light in the basement?
There's a lot of lights.
There's a lot of lights,
So
and every single time when I was younger,
Alex,
I would click every single
Alex,
one.
What if we put all of the remote lights down there?
It's still messed up down
Okay.
there. That is like the scariest. That is one reservation I have about moving into Mom's house.
It's the basement.
This is having the
Well,
basement.
she used to have the washer and dryer upstairs, and
Yeah, I know.
But they moved it downstairs
I
for
know.
some reason.
So it's in the basement now.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be doing the laundry.
Nah.
But no, walking down in the basement.
You've lived in that house for years before
Yeah!
me.
And you know how many times I went down the basement in the middle of the night? 0. I would wear dirty clothes before going down
Wow.
there.
Oh, come
So I
on.
was like, hell no. Especially if it was raining and there was a chance that the power would go out. Hell no, was I going down to the basement. No, and no, and no. Absolutely not. So that's mine.
Well, if it's raining, that was when your basement normally flooded.
Yeah, that too.
Just real quick, the comment from your nephew, Child's Play 2019. I actually haven't seen
I do
that
see
one.
that.
I've not seen the
either.
new one.
I've seen the first one.
Mhm.
I've seen the third one. I
Mhm.
haven't seen anything after the third one.
I've seen Bride of Chucky. I've
Ooh.
seen Seed of Chucky. I've seen Child's Play 1, 2, and 3.
I
think
kind
I've
of
seen them all.
like them.
Yeah, they're fine.
They're just.
I thought it was fine.
they're
The first
just
one was
corny.
good.
Yeah,
I need to watch the second
they're
one.
corny. They're kind of like Scream now. Like it's not scary.
Well,
it's just corny.
We don't know. 2019 might be.
It might be
The twen-
scary now.
I think right.
Might be.
I forgot one.
'Cause,
It's not the movie itself, but the chant or the song, the Freddy Krueger song.
Oh yeah.
The
Well,
1, 2, Freddy's coming.
Oh, I was
for
thinking
you.
of Jason's.
Yeah, so I couldn't like go to sleep for a while because I would hear that in my head and I wouldn't get it. Like I'd get it stuck in my head.
When were you introduced to that? Were you introduced to that Freddy vs. Jason, or did you actually
I
see
never
Nightmare on
seen-
Elm? Yes, you have.
I've never seen Freddy vs. Jason. I know
That's a
how
really-
it ends.
That's a really good
but
movie.
Where
Cheesy,
did you see
but
that
Where
song?
did I
Where
s-
did you hear that?
Which one?
Because
Which?
the remake, they really make it creepy.
Mm-hmm. It was before that.
honestly, I don't remember. I think I watched it like I was babysitting once and it was
probably
on.
saw the original.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was definitely
Doesn't
the original.
your mom have that
It's
one?
the original because I know that the girl gets like she's in the dream, but in real life, like she gets sucked into her bed and blood shoots out
Yep,
everywhere.
That's the first one.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the only scene in
no,
that movie that
was
really
Johnny
messes me up.
Depp that got sucked into the bed, not the girl.
Yeah.
No,
The
it was a girl.
the girl was in the bathtub.
Was it?
Yes.
The girl.
either way, somebody got sucked through their bed, and then
And
their
the blood
bed
went to the ceiling?
like splattered everywhere. Yeah, it was like
that
super gory.
remake though is so good.
I'll have to rewatch it.
Yes,
I've seen
the
it
remake
once,
is amazing.
So,
yeah.
for me, now you guys are gonna laugh at this. All right. It from 1990, the opening scene scared
Still not
me
seen
as
it.
a child.
Still not seen it.
Now
The book scared you.
Oh, the book did too. Yes, no doubt. Stephen King knows how to get into your head, man. He is a master of horror.
Speaking of Stephen King, just real quick, have
Mhm.
you seen Thinner?
No.
I have heard that is a really scary movie.
I think that will be my next one.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone said that's a really messed up movie.
Okay. So the opening scene when Georgie gets pulled down messed me up as a kid.
The new scene.
The new one's
The
really
new one
good.
is really. That's the only
That's
scene.
only because I like
I
Bill
know, but
Skarsgård so
that
much.
is the
It doesn't
only
scare
scene.
me. I enjoy it because it's so
I know.
it's so thrilling.
That is the only scene in the new It that actually scares me. That like look.
No.
Wait,
No.
look at that.
You didn't like the tunnel. You didn't like the house.
No, but like really deep down, like turns my stomach.
Because they did it right.
They did it like
Yeah.
they look at that.
Stop it.
Hair is standing up on my arms. That is super scary.
And another one, of course, The Exorcist. I walked in on The Exorcist a couple times when I was like 13 and seriously had a fear of possession for years. Like psychologically, I left the lights on. I could not sleep for years. I was
Wow.
13 because I saw the scene where Regan goes down the stairs, crab walks, and
But
pukes
that's
blood.
But that's a deleted
That's
scene.
a director's cut scene.
Director's cut. Yeah,
Mhm.
we
I
didn't
saw
see that
that.
when we watched it that one time.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I was missing that, and that's
Did
why.
we watch that last year for
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we started the movie club a year ago, and we also started the fan question a year
year
ago.
ago.
So we've been doing them for a full year now.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Let's get into some other ones.
Let me do mine.
What?
Oh,
you're
the fan stuff
yeah,
because my phone's
You're
at
on Instagram, yeah.
my phone's at 3%.
I'll get on Facebook. here.
Okay, so first
Got quite a
comment
few.
that we have from Patrick
Hey,
from
Patrick.
Paranormal Pativity Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
The one that freaked me out the most was the spider walk from The Exorcist.
I just talked about
So
that.
double check the stairs for a while after seeing that. Non-horror would be Stand By Me, and they showed the dead body. I was a
Okay.
little kid when I first saw it, and that stuck with me for a long time. So Josh, he agrees with you on that one.
That one really messed me up. I was talking to Patrick about that last night, actually, about the scary stuff, and he didn't really mention anything. He said he had to think about that one for a minute.
So the thing about Patrick is that that's his thing. Like
He loves
watched
horror.
Yeah.
every
So
just
Shout out to Paranormal
gratuitous,
Activity Podcast.
nasty horror movie that there is.
Yes.
So.
you guys in your wrong.
He
turn
tells
movies.
me I need to watch like Devil's Rejects and House of a Thousand Corpses.
It's all
and
blood and guts.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
I'm too old now.
Next one is Back in Time podcast. They said Child's
Child's
Play. When I was 5 years old, I first saw it.
Oh my.
My God, that
It's
would
awfully
mess me
young.
up.
Which is about
Um,
how old Andy Barkley is in the first one. I think is around 5 years old.
Yeah.
JMT podcast.
Yay.
It would have to be the scene from the original Stephen King's It where Pennywise appears in the sheets before killing the little girl. Which I've not seen that one.
I don't
so
remember
I don't
that
remember
one.
that one.
Nope, I don't remember that one. Wait, yes I do. I remember it.
You remember that?
It's in the backyard.
Fickle Fanboy podcast. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Nah, not really. Tim Curry in the Sewer. Nah, never scared me. Large flock of Hitchcock. The large
Birds.
flock of
The birds.
Hitchcock directed birds dive bombing everybody. Now that's fucking scary shit.
Well,
You know,
that came out
you
way
know,
long ago.
What's interesting about that is my mom is afraid of birds because of that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Hitchcock did some crazy stuff.
Uh-huh.
My brother was really into him when he was growing
This
up.
kind of surprises me with this answer.
Yeah.
Dan and Cody podcast says Poltergeist 2, Henry Kane.
I've never seen the sequel.
I never seen the sequel, but I heard it sucked. So I don't know. Let's see here. Varick or Sunny Bonds from Instagram says, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Dream Warriors. It was my first real horror movie. I think it was 1986 or so, maybe 87. I was like 10 or 11. I legit didn't want to go to sleep.
A lot of people don't watch those. Like,
Yeah, that was the big thing. Is like, well, you just think, oh, any other scary movie, you can just go to sleep and forget about it.
Mhm.
And then this movie is like, it's so scary. Well, the person that you're scared of only comes and hurts you when you're sleeping. So that's
right.
really, I mean, that's clever right there.
I can get your Facebook. I saw that people commented on yours. If you
I know.
want.
I've still got. You can start going to yours while I'm looking at mine.
Justin Kelly from J&T Juice in the Morning podcast. Sorry, said as a young child, my mom was watching Chucky, and I snuck out of bed and was watching it from the hallway. Scared me for life. I still don't like dolls in any form. Secondly, the scene from Pet Sematary when the old man's Achilles was sliced.
Oh, that man! Oh,
by the little kid.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Oh man, that was horrible to watch.
Yep. Paige, your sister, said the first time seeing Paranormal Activity in theaters, specifically the ending, I was traumatized and could not sleep. That and the first Saw film got me. Was not a fan of torture or blood. You know, I'm okay.
Do you want to talk about the first time you saw Paranormal Activity and what I did to you?
Okay, no.
On accident?
Maybe, yeah. I can, I guess.
So I'm going to say my part real quick.
Yeah.
I had gone to, we were living in Chicago, and I had gone to Fort Wayne, I believe, or I went to like a conference or something, and Josh decided to go out with, this was before Paranormal was like big. They were only showing it in limited theaters. And we just heard that it was a scary movie being shown. So him and some of the guy friends went out and they watched it late that night. So I come home. Josh, for one, is deaf in his right ear. So he was taking a nap and didn't hear me come in because he was laying on his other ear. And it is broad daylight outside. Josh is not in the bedroom. He is in the living room under a blanket sleeping. And I just go to wake him up because they saw it the night before. Wake him up. And I touched him and I was standing over him. And Josh, like, shoots up and screams in my face and like just
I remember screaming.
Oh yeah. You yelled in my face. You looked like you had seen some kind of death or something. And I was like, what the hell? And then you told me about the movie. That was like the most I've ever seen you scared. Like, you looked exactly like the girl by the bed.
We got Casey. Juice shared it on his Facebook page. Casey said, Insidious 2. Got through the first one just fine. Second one, I slept at my mom's for 2 days. Never again. Jill said, Aliens or Alien. Not sure which it was. I did the same as you and snuck out just in time and just to see a character get ripped in half.
So in Aliens, the I forget what they call them in the movie, but the non-humans, the cyborgs or whatever they are, he gets ripped in half. Lance Henriksen's character.
Yeah.
But I don't remember a human getting torn in half.
I just remember the scene where he gets torn in half. That's it.
Then Rob said, Alien, the vents. It's like, yeah. Alien, I forget, is such a horror.
It is.
You know?
It's scary.
And then they kind of just turned it more
especially
action-like.
Alien is scary or supposed to be. Not a horror, but a thriller.
A thriller.
Aliens
thriller
is
sci-fi.
more of an action.
Yeah. I've got Mary from Facebook who says, The End of The Ring. The whole movie traumatized me. So The Ring itself, yes, that messed people up for a while, especially like that movie came out like peak time, or I was peak age for that movie. Like
the cell phones were just now
coming into play, so the whole home phone thing was still a thing you could do, and it was it was like the perfect movie for its time. So
Right.
It was amazing. Ronnie from Facebook says, old B movie from the 80s called Pieces, chainsaw killer movie. Watched it with my older brother when I was 8 or 9. Scared the crap out of me for a long time after. My dad, Jeff, says, The Blair Witch Project. It was what you didn't see that scared me the most. Only your mind can think up scarier stuff than the director can put on film. Very true.
Exactly.
Very true. That's another reason why that movie's so freaking scary.
See, that's why it didn't get to me, is because the scarier thing was
what you don't see
is being lost in the woods and not knowing how to get out.
Do you ever see Bird Box?
No.
There's a creature. It's all about creatures that.
That's not really scary though. At least I didn't think it was that scary.
It's a thriller. It's supposed to be scary. I mean,
if you think about the concept, you have to
you have to be blindfolded, or else if you see the creature, it kills you.
Yeah.
Or you kill yourself.
Or
kill others.
Yeah.
So you don't see the creature the entire time, and I like that. They made a creature and they show what it looked like, and I'm happy they didn't put it in there.
Yeah, I'm very happy. Yeah.
That's the thing. You just gotta it's your mind makes it.
Tracy from Facebook says the scene in the first Halloween where I think she stabs him in the eye. You think he's dead, and you see him laying in the closet in the background. Then he just sits up. That movie almost ruined Halloween for me.
Wow.
That was such a so if you think about Halloween, you go back to it. You go back to the older one. Alex, you We're pissed off because of the sewing or the needle. And then the hanger.
Everything about that movie. Don't get me started on Halloween, man. Patrick's gonna just shut this episode off. I get it. It's old. It wrote the rules for the rest of the movies. I get it. Whatever.
I think that's about it then, right? As far as
did you look at your stuff? Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. Did you look at Twitter?
Yeah. I didn't see anything on there. I looked earlier. But no, I think we can move on to do you guys have a fan question prepared at all?
I just had that one about trilogies, but if you wanted to save that for a non-Halloween or non-scary subject, that's fine.
Yeah, we can probably just go over it off stream and figure it out.
Yeah.
But we can talk about the movie club since it was a horror movie.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that. So say the.
Oh yeah, okay. So this week we watched The Invisible Man, came out this year, starring Elizabeth Moss, Oliver Jackson Cohen, Harriet Dyer, and Aldous Hodge. I can say the synopsis when we're ready.
This was not a horror movie.
It was and wasn't at the same time.
I would say it was a thriller.
Yeah.
Is what I would categorize
a
it as.
Sci-fi thriller, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
I got a lot to say about this movie, by the way, too. So.
I liked this movie.
Okay.
Oh,
this
you did?
was not a watch at Halloween type movie for me.
Okay, but it came out in I think it was February, so it was meant to be a horror movie.
Sure.
That's normally when they release them in October and February and January.
It's more
for
like
some reason.
It's technology caused these things to happen. It wasn't anything paranormal or a psycho killer.
And there's a reason behind it. And I have a lot to say about this movie. I looked up a lot of facts about it. Let me say the synopsis about it. That way, people who haven't seen it. When Cecilia's abusive ex takes his own life and leaves her his fortune, she suspects his death was a hoax. As a series of coincidences turn lethal, Cecilia works to prove that she is being hunted by someone nobody can see. So, stuff about this movie. Now, a lot of things are there's a lot of things that to go along with this movie. Let's just talk about your guys' thoughts about this first. I mean, I want to say Elizabeth Moss is one of the greatest actresses of our generation.
I think she's awesome.
I thought she did fine, but
no one.
It wasn't striking me as this incredible acting performance. It was good, especially when you got, especially that scene.
I think you're going to be a little biased because you've
kitchen.
seen The Handmaid's Tale.
Okay.
That scene in the kitchen and living room where she's being dragged around,
You know that's like a green screen, or not a green screen, like a
somebody
green suit or something.
Sure.
Green suit.
But I think she did a great job doing that.
Yeah.
That was actually one of the hardest scenes to film, according to the director.
Oh, I'm sure, because you have to cut the dude out or whatever is.
Well, not only
her.
that, she was also stunt doubled.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, and what they would do is they would do camera tricks where they'd have it on a track and would film the same direction and everything. So they'd film it with the green guy and one without.
Man. Yeah.
Yeah. So double the scenes and cut it out.
Mm-hmm. But it looked really good though.
Yeah. So they canceled. Hold on. Wait a minute here. Johnny Depp was actually supposed to play the main character. They gender swapped it. He was supposed to play Adrian. Adrian is the main character.
He's
of the original.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. So it was supposed to be rebooted, and they canceled it after the failure of The Mummy and Dracula Untold. So there was actually supposed to be a Dark Universe reboot. And the shower print scene.
Tom Cruise's Mummy.
Yeah, that one did really bad.
Yeah.
And Dracula Untold had, I don't remember that guy's name, but he was in. He played Zeus in Wrath of the Titans.
Oh, yeah, I know I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. The shower door print scene was actually pulled from the movie because the director wanted the audiences to not suspect, because that was in the trailer.
Yeah, I was like, we
you
saw
and Brett
that.
were both pointing that out.
Yeah.
So before you go on,
yeah,
up until she finds the suit with cameras, I thought, okay, how is he doing this?
Yeah.
Is he a ghost?
Yeah.
What is going on here?
Mm-hmm.
And then you find out it's just his character is this world leader in optics. So he used his genius to build something to make him invisible. And I felt cheated.
I did too. That was like a downfall of the movie, really, is finding out that it was a hoax. It was just like he faked it.
I will say one of the worst feelings ever has to be knowing that no one believes you when you can prove that what you're saying is true.
Right. Okay, so the suit, the reason for it, actually I have to find this fact on my list here. The suit solved the biggest problem from all the previous films. They wanted it to be more realistic as far as your biology goes, because if your biology of your retina cells are see-through, you won't have any light hitting them. You can't see.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So they said suit instead of him being invisible by chemical or other means.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they did that instead. Now, the brother, Tom, he was actually meant to look like nothing about him fits. He's actually wearing a suit that's 2 sizes too small in the movie, his business suit.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
And if you've been paying attention to any of the corners or like any of the behind the characters and stuff, you would see shadows of people.
Yes.
They were referencing that from The Haunting of Hill House.
Really?
From Netflix. Yeah, they were
Really?
using that. Yeah.
Okay, because I did notice that.
Because they would have like
'Cause it would be- I would,
body-like figures.
I know.
in
I
the
would like
back.
blink and then I'd be like, wait a second. Did I see? No, I guess I didn't. Did I see
Yeah,
that?
it's
No,
just
I
a
did.
shadow.
Oh, so I did.
Mhm.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm. So now, what'd you guys think of the ending?
I liked it.
I liked
You liked
it.
it? Okay.
Yep.
Now
It felt very satisfying.
I'm gonna kind of throw you guys for a loop. You guys ever heard of probably not, but I'm just gonna mention this. The Owl Creek Bridge ending. It's
Nope.
a plot twist.
Nope.
It's actually used in. You ever see The Descent?
Yes.
Yeah.
That movie's
No.
messed up. Never
It
gonna
is
see
bloody.
that again.
So basically, this Owl Creek Bridge is an actual short story from 1890 about a man being hung from a bridge. In a miracle, the rope snaps and he is freed. He drops into the river, swims away, gets to his plantation, only to find out that he in fact did die. Now, just a final hallucination was basically what they were portraying on this. So when she is, so to explain it, like she's basically like on her own and she stabs her wrist.
Mm-hmm.
There's no blood.
Yep.
Did she die in the closet or the shower?
There was blood. Yes,
It
there was.
was-
There was
it-
like a small
Okay,
amount.
but-
it wasn't, I'm gonna slit my wrist and commit suicide.
It was a pen. So.
Right.
So it would explain many issues with the film. Let me tell these here.
Okay.
Tom agreeing to tie up his brother and frame himself for murder.
Mm-hmm.
It explained that
Yeah.
issue. Adrian allowing his brother to go on a rampage that legitimizes her concerns, gets her off the hook for murder, and gives her back her support group in the form of James, the only person left in her life she can rely on.
Yeah.
Why she's dressed so nicely at the end. You'd want to look your best for revenge.
Mm-hmm.
It allowed her to leave James at the house. Like she was allowed to leave James at the house before the police arrive, and on camera too. So she's there.
Yeah.
She's walking away. She's alone. No one believes her. She's incarcerated and lost her sister.
Okay. Yep.
So
Okay.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's a way to take it.
It is.
If not, they were both in the house where Tom dies.
Mhm.
There were actually people are saying there might be 4 suits.
Wow.
Yeah, because there were 4 mannequins in the house.
See, yeah, there were
yeah.
mannequins because the daughter was
Mhm.
wanting to go to fashion school.
Oh no, 4 mannequins in Adrian's house.
Oh, that was in Adrian's house, but there
Mhm.
was also stuff. There was mannequins in.
I think that was just to.
But there were
That was
mannequins.
just meant to make you feel like the Hollow Man or. The,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
All right,
I think
all right.
he was there. Now the guy who directed this.
Oh yeah, you told me this.
He starred in Saw, and he's also big in the horror genre.
Oh, you
did
said he
all the
starred
ins-
and saw and
directed it, and he's written a lot of horror movies. He's executive produced all of the Saw movies.
Mhm.
So he's very big on horror and action. So he was using the wide angle shots.
Mm-hmm.
I think he did it pretty well. Like
Are
when
you
he
gonna
like
say who it is?
oh his name is Lee Whannell, who played Adam in Saw.
Mm-hmm.
Now Brett, I got some stuff where Elizabeth Moss, she was a voice in Batman the Animated Series.
She was.
Mm-hmm. She was Kimmy. I don't know how much do you know about the animated series?
Decent amount.
Do you remember See No Evil, that episode in 1993?
You have to give me a synopsis.
Her father spends time with her in an invisibility suit. He's the antagonist, and the wife's trying to leave him. Her name is Kimmy Ventrix.
That sounds familiar, but I cannot place it.
She's the voice. Aldous Hodge debuted as Raymond in Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Right.
James. He's the nephew. He's the older nephew from Samuel Jackson.
Oh,
Samuel
okay.
Jackson. That's him.
Yeah, the 2 kids.
Yeah.
That's his first
Yes,
debut in
Wow.
Hollywood. That's his
Well, he
debut.
grew up, didn't he?
Yep.
He's a big dude.
He's a big dude.
So that was his Hollywood acting debut.
That's cool.
Oliver Jackson Cohen, who played Adrian, starred in Haunting of Hill House as Luke.
And Faster.
I knew I recognized him.
Mhm.
I knew it. I knew I recognized him.
And is it Hunter in Faster?
Yeah. You were telling me that, and I looked it up on when we watch it. When we watch it?
It was Wednesday.
Was it Wednesday? It's been a week.
Oh,
Oh my
yeah,
god.
wow.
I can't even remember what days.
Oh man. So they did some callbacks as well in the movie. You know the coffee grounds.
Yes.
You were complaining about how big
Yes,
that bag
there's
was.
no freaking way she put all them coffee grounds and it covered up the whole floor. There's no way with that bag. Mm-mm.
So they did. This is a callback to Paranormal Activity with the flower and Hollow Man with the blood.
Yep. Okay. I
So-
was like the scene just looked too familiar to me.
Have you ever heard of trypophobia?
No.
Nope.
Alex, you have. Don't say no.
I
It's the
have?
fear of holes in tightly packed areas.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to show this to you,
No,
Brett.
please don't. I have it. I don't like it. You can show them. I'm not watching.
I'm going to show this.
I don't like it. It gives me like it makes me feel weird.
This.
Yeah, that.
This is a phobia people have. I'm going to show this on YouTube. Now, if you guys don't like it, I'm only going to show it for a second.
I don't like it at all.
It basically just shows a lot of holes, and people have a phobia about this. It kind of grosses them out and disgusts them.
I don't know
Make
what it
them
is.
look.
It's really, really creepy. I don't like it.
Yeah, so I'm just showing it for a second there. So
I didn't know I had this until people were posting pictures of it, and I'm like, what the heck? It's making my stomach turn.
So, what trypophobia? People were actually getting disgusted and grossed out by the suit.
The suit. Yes, the suit kind of freaked me out a
Because
little
it has a
bit.
honeycomb style like that.
It didn't bother me.
Mm.
So you don't have it.
Well, I didn't really like those pictures. The suit didn't bother me.
I don't really like those pictures. That's the title. I
That's
didn't
good.
really like those pictures.
I have some dislikes. If she didn't die in the shower, how many guards does a mental hospital employ on
Right?
an evening shift?
So you were complaining
pissed about
that.
this.
What we don't know is
I mean, if it was a maximum security,
it maximum
Yeah.
security? Are there violent? She was a murderer. She was being accused of murder. Are there violent people with mental problems in the facility?
Why don't you just say that when I was being pissed about it?
Because
Like the
I like
fact
to
that
see
they
how it
came in
played
twos,
out.
they're like, and then there's two more. Okay, they're dead. Now there's two more, and then they're dead. Like it just felt like a video game.
Mm-hmm.
there were a lot of responders. Yes.
Yeah,
Mm.
I think the suit degraded the horror element.
It
and
did.
became a superhero
That's
movie
what
for me.
that's what we
100%.
talked about. Yeah,
But-
we didn't like that.
It's an interesting film with great actors, in my opinion. The
Yeah.
sister's knife scene was probably the most haunting for
That
me.
came out of nowhere. No,
Yeah.
Yep.
None of us were expecting that.
Well, because the sister sees it.
Not only that, it's in the middle.
behind her, right?
It's in a restaurant.
No, because
too.
it's in a
behind
restaurant, but
Elizabeth Moss at
the sister sees the knife hanging there
She's
in
like,
midair, and she's like, "What
oh,
the hell?"
okay,
and then
you're not crazy.
you're not crazy, and then she gets her neck slashed. Like it was like, oh.
That one was a oh crap, and then when she's in the attic and dumps the paint and you see the outline,
yeah.
that was like whoa.
Yeah.
what is
She
going
dumps
on?
the paint on the suit.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was messed up.
The
yeah.
password for Adrian's house is 1933, the same year Invisible Man came out.
Nice.
That's cool.
So it's a subtle
Little
reference
Easter
to
egg.
that. And yeah, what do you guys give this one? That's all I really gotta say about it. I mean, it's a fun.
I'll give it an 8.5.
I'm gonna give it. What did I write down? I'm gonna give it a 7.
Even a 6.5.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like a wow. I just thought it was a good movie. It was okay.
Yeah.
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 I didn't hate it, but I also didn't like go, oh my god.
Now I have a pick of 2, and
Okay.
Alex, you've seen them, but
You
not
said
in
I've seen both.
not in a very long time though.
I'm okay with that.
You guys get to choose this. The Strangers.
Oh man.
Have you seen that, Brett?
I've seen part of it.
I don't
Okay.
want to watch it.
Or It Follows?
What's it?
No.
It follows. What's
No.
It follows.
It Follows is pretty freaky.
It is, but is that the one we watched with Jer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh
Movie.
man, that's got that scary scene where the big guy busts.
Read it.
Right there.
Read
It's
that.
a 2014 American supernatural psychological horror film. Let me go to IMDb. There we go. That'll give us the synopsis right there. A young woman is followed by an unknown supernatural force after a sexual encounter.
Yep.
Strangers.
The Strangers?
Yeah.
All right.
Brett's not gonna like it. Follows. He's not.
Why?
He's not gonna like it. I'll tell you that 100%. He's not gonna like it.
I don't understand why you would say that.
I don't think he's gonna like it because, you know what? Now I'm 50-50 thinking about how he's gonna like it or if he's not.
It's okay.
We'll talk about it. Like,
Well, wait. Are we watching Strangers then? Or
Yeah, well,
are you the
yeah.
deciding factor?
no. We'll watch Strangers. I just don't.
The
I
Strangers,
also
yeah.
don't want to watch The Strangers because it really is very scary.
Based on a true
and
story.
it's based on a true story. And
Somewhat.
Josh
Well-
and I watched this when we were like what, 19?
We were, yeah.
We were young.
There's a sequel.
Yeah, I know there's a sequel.
Came out in 08.
And that it's just
This movie is a proponent for getting a firearm for home protection and learning how to use it well.
Right. So the synopsis of The Strangers: a young couple staying in an isolated vacation home are terrorized by 3 unknown assailants.
yeah, that's all you need to know
Scott
because
Speedman and Liv
that
Tyler.
is literally the
that
movie.
Look,
That's literally the movie.
It's not
what
the
it is.
movie.
Yeah, it is.
What are you
But
saying?
they made it like what you just read. The synopsis is the movie. There's nothing else that you need to know about it. That's what
I'm
it
gonna
is.
show
And it's
this,
I'm getting
the poster.
chills because I don't. Just the end really messes with you a lot. It like that's another one of those. That's another one of the movies that messes with you when you're young or whatever.
Well,
It's this or Vacancy.
Vacancy was pretty.
Vacancy will mess with you as far as staying in hotels. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean like rundown hotels.
Yeah,
or old ones.
rundown hotels. Like when we stayed at that one hotel at like the beach or whatever. I was
Yeah.
like, oh man, we're gonna get some
That's why
vacancy stuff
you
happen to
always
us.
stay at a brand name, spend the extra money.
Yes.
I don't
Have you
mind
seen
that.
that movie, Vacancy?
No.
Oh my god.
Luke Wilson and I don't remember. Oh my gosh, Kate Beckinsale, I believe.
Yes,
I believe
I
it's Kate
think
I
it is,
remember
yeah.
that name, but I don't remember the movie.
Who, Kate Beckinsale?
No, I remember the Vacancy
Oh, Vacancy.
title.
Okay.
No,
yeah.
it is. It's very messed up, and
It is messed
it's
up.
very much like a will if the moment you're gonna be stopping on the side of the road to take a snooze somewhere, that movie will make you think twice about driving the extra even a couple hours to get to another nice hotel.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That movie's gonna put broken down hotels out of business.
So we're do you want to do something? I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. We got a really late start.
Yeah.
How much more do you want to do?
I mean, I got a couple other things I want to cover here. Just small stuff.
Real quick, hopefully before my phone dies, you can talk. I just wanted to see if there was something else I wanted to say before.
I
that was
mean,
on here.
one of them is actually it's kind of a news story, so I'll wait until you've actually got because you were taking screenshots of stuff. I'm kind of sad right now. I'm just gonna mention this. AMC might be out of business by the end of this year.
The Batman has been delayed to 2022.
That too.
Matrix moved up to 2021.
Yep.
So that was one announcement that I saw for
It's
nerd
like
news.
people are just everything's just getting pushed back.
Yep.
You know. I think Jurassic World, the third one, just
Dominion.
they had to stop
this has been
production.
going around. I haven't had any time to look into it, but apparently, did you guys hear about the Adam Sandler thing? He wants to make like his movies. Wants to make a.
He wants to make a universe,
a Sandler verse,
like an MCU universe.
Yeah, and I was like, I saw one post like yesterday, and I'm like, oh, it's probably nothing. Well, then a
He
lot
kind
of
already has.
like Screen Rant and a bunch of other people picked up on it. I'm like, oh, this is for real. He really wants to do that.
He has a lot of movies, but they're not really tied together,
Yeah.
other than the fact that a lot of his friends.
I can
play-
see a couple of them.
50 First Dates is one of them. Is tied with
You can say that one, but I'm not.
I know
but
50 First Dates is one.
Happy Gilmore's tied with Little Nicky
Okay.
with Chubbs.
Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
The You Can Do It guy,
Yes.
Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider.
He's in
That's
Waterboy.
more like an Easter egg.
It doesn't
though.
matter. It's still the
It's
same
their ties.
universe,
It's not tied together story-wise like the MCU is.
but there's still a character in the
It's
same
just
universe.
a cameo.
It's a universe. Okay. Well, yeah.
Here's another nerd news for you. Josh, I would love to take you to this.
Go ahead.
Super Nintendo World, Universal Studios Japan is opening up in 2021.
There's supposed to be one coming here to the States in Universal.
But like the picture of it,
Mm-hmm. Oh, then yeah.
it's Super Mario World.
You would have to go to Japan though.
I know. I'm saying like we need to go to Japan. Like I would take you to this. Like it looks like Super Mario World, but in real life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I thought that looked really cool. So I was like, oh, actually, people need to look that up.
Well,
That's
the
awesome.
Super Mario, like they've been planning that theme park for a while for both Japan and here.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
Nintendo of America. But I want to talk about my article that I looked up today. So Alex,
Yes.
you need to pay attention here.
I do.
An 11-year-old
11.
stole a school bus and went on a
Oh, boy,
joyride.
here we go
Okay.
again.
And how did he get punished? Is that what we're going to talk about?
I'm just gonna go down what happened.
Oh, okay.
So it happened in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Okay. It's a little bit harder to drive a school bus than it is a. What was the thing he stole?
Car?
Well,
An
sport.
SUV?
Or no, he stole a car to get a sports car. Okay, never mind. Keep going.
So he stole it Sunday afternoon in Baton Rouge.
Okay.
Went on a 45-minute chase.
It's a school bus?
The video I saw, the school bus was trucking.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Like, how fast can a school bus go?
80, 90 miles an hour.
Mm,
I mean,
I just wouldn't think that you would.
He
I'd
didn't
say
stop.
65 probably.
Yeah.
he wasn't stopping.
Okay.
And he was taunting the officers and flipping off the officers.
That's different than the 5-year-old. Okay.
He hit 3 vehicles,
Mhm.
crashed into a tree,
Mhm.
didn't kill anybody.
You know what this sounds like?
What's
This
that?
sounds like Grand Theft Auto is going to get blamed.
Yep.
Ooh.
Okay. Keep going. What else?
So he was handcuffed,
Yep.
arrested,
Yep.
and charged
Mhm.
with theft, aggravated flight, damage to property, and aggravated assault.
Okay.
So,
Yes, and I
Clearly-
agree with all of that.
Clearly not apologetic.
is this cute too?
Well, when we talked about this freaking thing before, I said age matters.
No child
Yes, I
driving
did.
a car is okay.
What I thought was fine because the whole 5-year-old,
It doesn't matter how
the
cute this
5-year-old
thing
took
is.
his damn piggy bank to go buy a Mercedes or whatever the frick it was.
It's a Lamborghini.
The
I think.
Lamborghini, and when he got pulled over, he actually stopped and didn't do anything. He was 5. There's a huge difference between a 5-year-old and an 11-year-old.
Right,
This
right. There
story
is.
is very different. How old was he?
11. Oh, 5.
What he
oh,
can probably
yeah.
expect is to not get his license when
Ever.
he's 16.
18
Until he's
Probably.
21.
Probably.
or 21.
18
Didn't
or 21.
that Shane had to wait until he was older to get his? I don't remember.
I don't-
There was a reason behind that.
There's-
but the
there's
thing
a
is,
lot of
so the
rules.
bus had no key for ignition. It was just a push to start.
You should still. I think those push to starts. Usually,
gotta
you
have
have
a
to have the fob.
He didn't have it on him.
Oh, okay.
Maybe because it's a bus and nobody really
There's no-
owns a
yeah.
school bus. Maybe
Right.
the driver left him in there. Anything could have happened, but
So
There is a huge difference between
Yeah,
5 and
this is
11.
very different. I mean,
Maturity level.
I'm guessing this kid's probably a troublemaker anyway.
If he's flipping off and cursing or throwing signs up and stuff, obviously he knows what he's doing. Versus a
But-
5-year-old's like, I'm gonna go and take my piggy bank and go get my car.
But
Yeah.
that could be because he's been bombarded with anti-police things this year.
So to kind of explain my brain here,
okay, I'm listening.
I think that the 5-year-old is cute because it shows the innocence of a 5-year-old. This is stupid because this shows the stupid immaturity of an 11-year-old.
You're gonna make people mad by saying that.
Go right ahead. That's
You don't
just
have
how-
a 5-year-old in your.
No, I
like,
don't, but I remember being
life?
5 and 11. There's a huge difference. We have nephews and nieces that are the exact same age, and we know that there's a difference.
Yes, we do. But
But
he still stole a bus. you
no,
wanna-
it's not cute, and I think that he was prosecuted the correct way.
He's going to juvie.
Good.
Probably.
needs to.
Yeah, he's gotta. I mean, you gotta take. Yeah, they said that 10 years or older is when that kind
I
of
agree.
stuff happens. So, yeah, it's crazy. I saw that today and I was like, no freaking way. Had to bring it up to.
Of course,
say
you
it
had to
you.
bring it up to
Mhm,
me. Mhm.
mhm. So
So if our 5-year-old steals a car versus our 11-year-old, yes, there's going to be different
a 5-year-old
consequences.
steals a car. That's not gonna be good.
Okay, but if our 11-year-old steals a car, it's going to be just like the scene that we all know of from when you accidentally wrecked your car, where your dad
I
walks in and
was
goes, "Where is it?"
15. I was 15, and a truck just drove
And
over my hood.
Josh goes
I fled the
on
scene.
the phone with me, and he goes, "I gotta go." He's trapped in the kitchen and he can't move.
We didn't talk about this on the podcast, did we?
I don't know if we did. That's the difference between 5 and 11.
I was 15. I wasn't stealing the car.
Take the consequences. Josh
I paid for the
dog
hood.
Pee his pants.
I paid for the hood and the bumper. I think that was pretty much it.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm never, ever in my life gonna forget that conversation.
All that happened was, okay, let me explain it then. You just bring this up. So I was taking a left onto a highway, and this vehicle had their turn signal to turn right on, and I started pulling out thinking that they were going to turn at the place I was. Turns out, no, they were giving me the signal that they were just going to stop after the intersection, and they were pulling into the gas station next to me. Crunch over the front of the car.
It's a relatively common accident.
Yeah.
Just because a car signals they're turning doesn't mean they're turning.
Right.
How long have you had your license, by the way? In this moment?
6 months.
How many times have you driven?
Many times.
Okay, just making sure.
Let's talk about when you got your license, Alex.
Yeah, you
18
were
years
way
old.
late.
Freaking don't even talk.
I got my
Wait.
license at 18 because my mom didn't let me get it.
Yeah, I'm letting my kids get it when they're of age.
And I tried multiple times to get it, and life and weather and the world did not want me to have my license until I was 18. So
No.
keep going with your story here.
No, it's done.
Oh, it's done?
Yeah.
I was talking about how your dad came in.
Oh, he's just mad about it.
That's all he's going to say.
That happened the next day. It was the next day when he found it.
I don't
So,
even think like
How did you hide it?
He didn't drive it.
when I wrecked my first car, I don't even think my dad was mad.
Accidents happen.
My mom was upset because it was a relatively hard wreck. Like
Yeah.
I just really want
I
you to
landed
tell that
upside
story.
down and crawled out the broken window.
I've never flipped a car
Yeah,
yet.
Oh my god.
but
That's
I
crazy.
almost did.
How old were you?
so 17.
My God.
If I wasn't 17, I was almost 17.
Did you total it?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. How fast were you going? What happened?
So I was driving down a highway in the country, and I was following my mom to go ticket for an oil change.
Okay.
And then I was going to go to work after that. Well, the very next day, I was going on like my first road trip about an hour and a half away to a lake where my friend was vacationing, going to go boating all day. So I was thinking, man, what do I got to do after work to get ready? And, it's like 7:30 in the morning. So I just kind of like blacked out thinking, okay, I got to do this and got to do this to get ready. I'm driving up, first road trip is kind of a big deal.
It is.
I ended up kind of veering off the edge of the road, overcorrected left, overcorrected right, went down the ditch, upside down, landed upside down. I was kind of in shock when I came to rest, and then I'm like, I gotta get it out of this car. So I unbuckled, found a broken window, crawled out, and by the time I was outside of it,
Oh my God.
whoever was behind me was down in there and making sure I was getting out.
That's awesome. that you
I've
had
never
someone
heard
there.
this story. And how long have you known you?
We've known you
A really long time?
2007?
Yeah.
13 years.
Wow, I've never been in that much of a car. I almost flipped the Cobalt.
Yeah.
It's the only accident I've ever been in except for
Alex doesn't know how to drive an ice.
It wasn't an accident, but I shouldn't have been
You
driving.
don't. You don't know how to drive an ice. Obvious. You went into the ditch with it.
Once.
Well, there's
Yeah,
a
it's still wrecked.
Wait,
you haven't fixed it yet.
there's a difference
gonna
between
fix it, I'm gonna
driving
sell
on
it.
ice and driving in snow. Like
Yeah.
packed snow. There's a major
It
difference.
was ice.
Josh, I was taking a right turn at like.
Oh, but you're dogging me for my fucking thing, and I'm dogging you for one thing, and
What
you're
did
like
you do?
so defensive.
What did
Wait
you
a minute. Wait.
My accident.
Oh.
What did you were taking a right turn? What you hit
I
the
was-
brake?
No, I was stopped at a junction.
No, you weren't. You weren't stopped. You don't stop. That junction does not stop.
Okay, well, either way.
It's an
when,
off ramp.
When I took the off ramp onto the highway.
Oh, hold on a sec. Oh, she's explaining that.
A lot of people slide off the on ramps.
She did it to my dad's pickup truck too.
Oh, I did
in
do
the
it too.
middle of the street in town. In a
That was more funny. That
so
nothing
who,
on
else-
ramp
who
in
doesn't know?
town.
She doesn't know how to drive an ice. Nope.
That was the first year I had my license, and the first year I drove in ice. Okay.
Second year. You were after college.
Hold
Oh,
on.
I'm sorry.
Wait.
Year 2.
Can you drive in winter weather now?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we're good.
Okay.
We're really good
You
now.
stated I don't know how to drive in ice, as if it applies to me today.
You
That's
did.
a bunch of bullshit.
She's so defensive now.
You did, though. You did.
I was basically born and raised on driving in South Dakota
You
because
can't-
of you.
You
So
can't,
thank you.
It takes a 3 or 4 winter seasons to driving in it to be good at it.
Yes, and what he's talking about, how I almost flipped the Cobalt, was at that junction. I slowed down and went to go. I didn't even have my foot on the gas. I turned right.
She hit the brake. That's where she went wrong.
That's where, when turning, when you hit a brake on anything slick, you ain't turning anymore. You're going straight.
Or you're bulleting that direction.
Either way, what happened was my car, yes, bulleted. Whatever you want to say. Instead of going right, it just kept going right. And I went right into the ditch. And the ditch was like at a 90-degree angle. And the Cobalt was almost at a 90-degree angle. So when I got out, my door was the only thing really holding the car up. And I went around the back of the car, by the way, went around the back of the car, was like, oh, everything's fine. And then there was a truck behind me and said, oh, do you need some help? And he kind of pushed my car back out facing the right direction, and I drove to work. When I got to work, I got out, and I didn't check the front of the car. Well, I checked the front of the car.
She hit a mile marker.
I hit a mile marker, and it put that, what you see on the Cobalt now, which is like that little chip.
Bumper.
The bumper came off.
Little chip.
A little chip.
Whole half the chunk there. Just
well,
bumper
what
split
was
in
funny
half.
and that I think about back then is this guy like that stopped his truck to help me. He was like, "Oh, is this yours?" And he held up like a black part of my grill, and I didn't realize, like, I thought it was just some kind of debris, and I was like, "Oh no, it's not mine. Like, my car's fine." And so you just put it back where it was, and it was like, "Oh, he was actually holding up a part of my car." But I called Josh when I got to work, and I'm like, "Oh, I hit something happened at work, or something happened on the way to work." But yeah, that was my first car accident.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think it's time we got on here. We had a good tangent there.
Real quick to tell a story about your dad's truck. What he's talking about.
Black ice.
Basically, it was black ice. I took a left, and in South Dakota where we lived, the roads were like.
They're wide.
Huge, like 5-6 car lengths, big, huge. They were more like roads, like huge roads. So I was in town picking something up, and you're only supposed to go like 10 miles an hour, which I was. I was going really slow. But Josh's dad's huge ass pickup became a bullet again. In the middle of the town, by the way. And I did a full 360, just going, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And it wasn't, am I going to crash at anything? It's like, I better not mess this truck up. was going through my head. And I went all the way around and went, I'm just going to take some back roads and go home. But I did a whole circle in the middle of the street and then drove back home and said, nope, never mind, it's not worth it.
All right, so if you guys are watching this on YouTube, do be sure to hit that like. And if you are not subscribed to the podcast, please subscribe to our channel. We're trying to get a URL. So do be sure to do that. And if you hit that bell to be notified when we're live, we are normally live every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when we're planning the next podcast. If you want to follow us on our social media, we are on Facebook, which is facebook.com/PTOUnlimited. Instagram is PTOUnlimited_podcast. And we're on Twitter, which is @PTOUnlimited. On those apps, you can see what our meme of the week is. We'll have our question up there Monday morning, so make sure you guys check out our channel for that. And Alex, you want to go ahead with your Twitch?
Yes, so if you'd like to watch me game, I am on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/cute_kitty, KUTE_KITTI. Right now my stream schedule is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings. I'm currently in the mix of playing. I play Gears, I play Halo, I play...
we did Slender on Sunday.
Oh, we did for couples night. We did Slender. That was fun. We did that for like a little over an hour.
Yeah. I'm playing Phasmophobia tomorrow night.
You are?
That's yeah. It's a go.
Okay.
It's happening.
Okay, so Josh is gonna play that. I just play, but I play a lot of first person shooters. I like that. That's kind of my thing. But yeah, that's what I do. Oh, and I also have a YouTube channel with a new YouTube video up, and that's youtube.com/cutekitty. So check that out as well.
If you want to follow me on Twitch, it is twitch.tv/MrL, MISTERL. You can catch me streaming Tuesday and Thursday evening and Saturday morning. I've been playing a lot of Fall Guys. On Saturday,
how many crowns?
On Saturday, I got 6 crowns in like a day inside of 4 hours.
I think I've played the game for 6 hours.
Yeah.
So far, and I've got nothing
and
to show for it.
Patrick's got about the same amount of hours as me. I've got like 72 hours in on the game, and I've got 23 crowns. That's about 3 crowns an hour. That feels good. So, yeah, you can catch me playing Fall Guys mostly. I do that on Saturday morning, especially, but I will be playing Phasmophobia and probably switching to Fall Guys. But if you want to follow me on Twitter, it is @Lemke619.
Brett_wings.
Cute_kitty.
I don't have a final note.
You do not.
I don't.
No? I think I had something I needed to mention. Something small, I think. Let me look here. No, not really. It's just been a long week, man.
Yeah.
You better be ready for them Scream questions, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
We're taking notes, man.
Yeah. We're watching. Oh, yeah. Scream trilogy.
Wait a minute. Shouldn't you be ready? Because I'm asking the questions.
Oh, we've got some for you, too.
Okay.
If you don't ask these questions.
Yep. So we'll be doing the Scream trilogy trivia on Monday, which we'll be actually covering all 4. So make sure you guys join us for that. I guess we're going to get on out of here. Unless you guys have anything else you want to add? No?
Nope, my phone just died.
Your phone just died. Perfect timing. All right. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll catch you next Monday. We'll catch you on Monday for the podcast.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thanks.